the year negative 100 trillion, France wasn't here, but in the year 843, France was here. It's called West Frankia. Don't worry about it. It's run by Charles the Bald, but he died. Alright, well, guess who's not dead yet? But guess who's not dead yet? Charles the Bald, because that was later in his life. Now, Frankia is a new nation. Hey, Germany and France. France is in a three-way group with Bavaria, Germany, and France. And let's get back to Charles the Bald. 2 years after he's Roman Emperor and not leader of France, Louis II is leader of France, but he died 2 years later, not having enough time to do anything other than look cool. Probably beat some people up. Louis III, basically, Louis III and Carloman II split up the empire, but then Carloman II outlives Louis III, so Vikings are like, hey, and too bad he died. Anyways, I guess Charles is now king. Uh, yeah, so basically he's alive, dead. Anyways, so remember Louis II? He had a son, and his son is now king. It's funny, 911 police car number. Anyways, Charles is Normandy is now a thing, I guess. Louis II's son signs the Treaty of St. Clair-Eurepte, which gives the Vikings Normandy. They get basically an agreement that the Vikings won't attack West Francia. And Normandy is now following Christianity. France is feeling a little spicy and revolts. Now, Robert I, who is Odo's brother, who is Odo of France in 923, though Odo died in 898, now Odo's brother, who revolted to become king of West Francia. Anyways, now to June 15th, the Battle of Soissons has occurred. Charles III is captured by Rudolph, who is now the king of West Francia, and his brother's rules Duchy of Burgundy. Rudolph died, but Louis the Fourth is now alive, and then Louis the Fourth, he basically Louis the Fourth was one of the people who were sons of Charles the Third, who is now king. Who's not? He's dead now. But you know who's not dead? Lothar the Third. Who's Lothar? You may ask. Well, he's dead. You know who's not dead? Louis the Fifth. The empire fell. West Francia. Died. Louis the Fifth. Let's recap. West West Francia died, and now France is half ruled by the Holy Roman Empire. Now, France is Holy Roman Kingdom of France, the Kingdom of Burgundy. How's Iberia? Unrelated. Whoops, France and England are at war. 30 years later. Whoops, France and England are at war again. Whoops, Louis the 19th died. Time for Philip the 12th. For historical reason, it was Louis the 9th and Philip the 3rd. Whoops, Philip died. Now it's time for the 4th. Whoops, Louis the dead, or the 9th, if you have time, just got declared a saint. Oops, 2,000 people died. 1,500 people died the same year. Whoops, Philip the Fourth has died, and now time for Louis the Tenth. Whoops, somebody poisoned Louis the Tenth. Now time for Philip the Fifth. But he's dead, and his brother leads France. But now his brother dies, and his cousin is emperor. And how his cousin dies, and now their son is emperor. Whoops, a third of Europe just died because the virus felt like it. Now John II is now emperor. France and England are fighting again, but this time 2 million people die. Let's skip ahead past 100 years war, and now Louis the 11th is dead, and now Charles the 8th died, and his father's second cousin is now emperor. Also Charles kind of declared war on Italy. Whoops, 10,000 people just died. Whoops, Spain now owns Catalonia. Well, northern Catalonia. Anyways, leader got destroyed by a blowjob and died, and now we're here. Bye.